Oh yeah, what's up YouTube? TB here. You guys seem to really enjoy that raid hardpoint tip video on how I sort of mentioned how to use the lining of the hardpoints to your advantage, so I decided to do another one of these for you guys. Slums hardpoint. Let's get into it. So, first circle hill. This hill's
forward.
I'd say it's a moderate hill for SMGs. Basically, you want to get inside, use the lining of the hardpoint again, use these head glitches to your advantage. Make sure you don't get picked off from the ARs at bricks, from blue, and the guys at the middle yellow over there. So, off the start, you just kind of want to rush in. I really prefer extreme conditioning off the start. You really want to try and jump in, dive in, and try and pick off their SMG player that's going to be doing the same thing on the other side of the hill, but making sure not to get picked off. If you can't get a kill, do your best to stay alive and make the other team worry about you. This is where your teammates really need to help you out, as they are going to be the ones
identified.
sort of patrolling the areas around you. And once you get control of it, then you can start to peek out a little bit more and start to help your teammates and rack up kills while getting defense in this circle hill. So you want to stay like right here if you're watching brick side, right here if you're watching grave, maybe push up a little bit right here. Just make sure you don't get picked off from blue, and then vice versa on the other side. You could watch blue from here or watch your middle right here, and same thing. You can push up right here and watch your bricks if they're pushing from this side once the spawns flip, etc., depending on what sort of situation you're in. You don't want to challenge a bunch of gunfights in this hill unless they're given to you. Like I said before, the lining thing. Don't fight them unless they're past this line. Unless they're past this line. Unless they're past this line. Past this line. And past this line. If you're fighting gunfights while they're sitting in a head glitch over here, you're going to end up dying. You might pick up a kill or two, but are those kills really worth it for the risks that you were taking? If you want to peek out right here and try and get a kill at grave, is that really worth it? You guys need to think about that stuff when you're playing the OBJ sort of style in Hardpoint, and making sure that the gunfights you are indeed taking are not stupid ones. Like, you don't need to peek out right here and try and pick off a guy. You can just sit right here, make them push you. If you lose that gunfight, if you lose this gunfight, if you're laying here and they're running at you, you deserve to die anyways. Use the map, use the hardpoint to your advantage in any sort of situation that you're in. Moving on to the down low one. Easiest hill to hold, or one of the easiest hills to hold in my opinion. Basically what I like to do is, depending on if my teammate is watching my blue alley or not, I like to just sit at these head glitch right here, and you can see how you can catch them running through middle, and then you can call that out to your teammates that are going to be back here or maybe pushed up.
Hardpoint identified.
And use this sort of as a head glitch. If they jump down middle, you have a complete advantage. You can shoot them as they're running in or jumping down into it. And then if they're pushing from blue side, what I like to do is sort of just sit in this little area. You can use the bushes and the sofa couch right there to your advantage, and catch them off guard as they have to push all the way inside. Once again, don't fight them unless they're past this line or past this line. They love to get to this head glitch, but also, if you guys have really good control of it and you have someone else in the hard point, like rotating in, if that makes sense, if someone's off spawn running in and coming in to take your spot, instead of just staying idle in this hard point, just racking up points, your team needs to rotate properly. And let's say you're the first one in the hard point. You can go ahead and push up to this box, push up to here, and pick up a lot of kills as they're running in. If you get pushed up and you're playing this sort of spot, don't fight them unless they're past that line by the cop car. Don't fight them unless they're past this line.
Hardpoint identified.
Or past the line at blue. You see Farico doing this quite a bit. They push their SMGs up to the blue side and middle side and just make the other team fight them, like right here, head glitch right here, and make them push in from blue. A lot of people like to sit right here while holding this bottom hard point. Pretty simple. You can rack up a lot of kills if you're playing it properly. Basically, you want to get some kills, move to a different area, and always make them push you and not push them. If you're holding the hard point, you don't need to push them very much. Make them come to you. Make sure you're pre-aiming. Easy kills, guys. Focus on easy kills and racking up a lot of defense. If you're playing that sort of SMG hardpoint role, try and get 10 defense a game and work your way up from there. You're not going to get it every game because some teams have better AR players and you're going to get shut down sometimes. Just do your best. I know running an SMG is really hard in this game now, but you still got to do it for your team. Moving on to the junk hardpoint. This one, you guys see me doing this all the time. Just head glitching right here. Right here. Boom. Make them run into you.
Identified.
Make sure you don't get picked from the ARs that are going to come up to this truck right here or to this head glitch. They're just going to be pre-aiming right here. Don't fight them. You're probably going to die unless you have complete advantage and you're catching them off guard as they're running in. Another one I like to do is right here. You can see them running by and you have a clean line of sight if they try and get to this head glitch right here, and you can start spraying at them. Or you can just, what I like to do as well is lay up right here. They have to push inside. Easy kills. Hold the cap. You're done for. And then, depending on how your team is set up, you can come right here if they're like pushing through grave. Say you have a guy already in the hard point watching this sort of area, you can go right here and watch the grave, put some shots in the guy's down range. You're probably not going to kill him because you have an SMG and it's really hard to, but you can make him weak for your teammates and such. But this is my go-to spot. Make sure you don't get naded. Make sure you don't get lightning strike, you know, whatever. You can jump into the corner, dodge nades and such. But right here is pretty easy. Don't fight them directly unless they're past this line and they're rushing at you, or obviously if they're pushing around over in this area, you need to, you know, get to this head glitch and make sure they're not flanking you. This is my spot that I like to go to. I don't really like this spot right here. As soon as you peek out, they're all going to be looking at you. I don't feel like it's a very safe spot. This spot right here is pretty good though. They have to come all the way around the corner right here, and it's just a lot more movement for them. So right here is a good spot. And then depending on how your team is set up, I like to sit right here. You just peek, 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 peek. As soon as you hear them pushing up, you don't really, this is the one where you don't really want to let them get inside of this line. You want to try and hold them in this square, if that makes sense. This is the lining for this hard point, so it's a little bit different than what I've been telling you guys. So as soon as they cross that line, done, done, done. Easy kills, defends all day. Get those kill streaks going. Moving to garage. This one's a little bit more tricky. When you're setting up to hold this hard point and say they're pushing from bricks and our grave, you're going to want one guy sort of in this back alley area roaming, pre-aiming this front. He's going to be, this guy is really important to always have there. He's going to be watching this front because a lot of teams like to push up either that way, in which you want a guy in the front just sort of watching this. Not peeking out, of course, because you're easy kills if you're peeking out. They're just going to spray you through these walls. These walls are pretty easy to shoot through. Trying to play that appropriately. If you have one guy watching this way and another guy watching this way, they have to either, when they go this way, you shoot them. If not, your teammate shoots them if they're trying to get to this white van. Once again, and then you're going to want another teammate right here watching grave, you know, just peeking, staying alive, or you can push a guy into grave, you know, just depending on what sort of situation you're in, and then you want one guy watching the back. If they are pushing from this backside over here, I like to just sit at this car and use the windows to your advantage. You can peek right here. If you see them rushing you, get to this car, shoot through the windows. They're pushing through your back alley. It's pretty simple.
Hardpoint identified.
Just make them push you. Pretty simple to hold the garage hill. If your team is set up properly, you want to push. You really want a guy to like push up into grave to make sure they can't get grave control, and push from multiple sides. So yeah, that pretty much does it for Slums. Pretty simple. Make sure you don't challenge them. For the lining for the garage one, I would say past this line, start shooting them. Obviously past this line, start shooting them. Or if they're just trying to like camp in grave, you can like peek out, get some kills, stuff like that. And then I would say probably this line. Don't fight them unless if you're an SMG player, obviously. Obviously your AR players want to fight the longer range gunfights, you know, sit right here with an AR, pick the guy's long range. But as an SMG player, you don't want to do that. You want to get the safe kills and make sure you're racking up defense. I see a lot of people, they'll have like an SMG right here and they're shooting this guy at this head glitch right here or this head glitch right here. Why are you doing that? You're not going to win that unless you get really lucky and you pick them off with a headshot. Same with this one. This one's pretty, you can challenge this sometimes if you can catch them off guard with an MSMC or something like that, but still not very safe. If they have an M8, boom, boom, you're done. FAL, they're going to shoot you through this wall or put 2 shots in you and you're dead. SMGs are at a disadvantage, and a lot of gunfights in this game now play it appropriately. You don't need to be fighting people out here. Maybe distract them, but don't go for the kill, if that makes sense. Make them, like, delay them for as long as possible and make them push you. You're at a disadvantage when you're holding hills in some hard points, and sometimes you have the advantage. So depending on if you have a disadvantage or an advantage, use that properly to whatever sort of situation you're in, and you'll start getting a lot more defense and easy gunfight wins. You don't need to do something crazy. Just get them when they're running at you because you have the hard point control. Anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this tip tip video on Slums. I'll do more of these if you enjoy them and you're getting good, just if I'm getting good feedback and stuff like that. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Oh
Hardpoint
yeah,
identified.
TP out. More tip videos coming up. Later, guys.